before we bring up our next team, we'd like to recognize another member of our InventOR community whose journey has come full circle. Invent Oregon is about more than just one competition day, as we've heard. It's about giving students the opportunity to test ideas, build connections, and continue growing as entrepreneurs long after they leave the stage. Our next alumni spotlight is someone I get to work with regularly, but it's Blake Turner, a two-time InventOR competitor, founder of Tunner Automotive, and someone whose journey has literally come full circle back to this stage. Blake first took the InventOR stage in 2017, where he apparently rolled a car into a building and was disappointed when he didn't win, and then went home without that award. So he returned the following year in 2018, applied what he'd learned, and then earned second place. Since then, he's continued building his entrepreneurial experience while remaining deeply connected to Oregon's innovation ecosystem. Today, Blake serves as Assistant Director of the PSU Center for Entrepreneurship, the very organization that stewards InventOR, and he helps students pursue the same entrepreneurial opportunities that help shape his own journey. His story is a powerful example of the lasting impact of this community, from competing on the InventOR stage as a student entrepreneur to helping lead the program behind the scenes. Blake has experienced Invent Oregon from nearly every aspect. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Blake Turner again at Invent Oregon.
What an amazing introduction. Thank you so much, Kara. So looking back on my journey with Invent Oregon and thinking about how this program has truly affected me, it continually comes back to the fact that I competed twice and what changed between those two competitions. I started out as an engineering student with a project that I was convinced was going to win because I am a genius and I made a car run on hydrogen. But when I actually continued the program and went on past Invent Oregon and was offered the opportunity to continue working on my project, that's when I discovered that Invent Oregon truly is the starting line and not the finish line. After doing Invent Oregon, I got to continue pursuing my project with different pitch competitions and ways to keep working on my project. And by working in those different environments, I learned that I belong in the entrepreneur ecosystem. My first year, I represented Road Community College from Southern Oregon as a rural first-gen student with working class parents. Networking, professional engagements, pitch competitions were not something I had any exposure to, and it was really complete chance that I learned about this program because I always wanted to be an inventor. After doing my first Invent Oregon, I dipped my toes into things like networking, traveling. Juan invited me to DC to represent students, and that was my first time on an airplane, going to a conference, being on a panel, and having people listen to what I say, come up to me and be like, I really liked what you had to say. That was all a completely new experience for me. And by the time I came to Invent Oregon the second time, I actually saw myself as more than just an inventor, but as a true entrepreneur, somebody who wears many hats and solves problems every day. And to me, that's the part of my job, my current journey that I really like, is I am still an inventor, whether it's coming up with a new way to count scores for Invent Oregon or a new mailing spreadsheet to track hundreds of emails. I'm inventing every single day because for me, that's what entrepreneurship truly is. And now, 8 years after my first competition, the person who didn't feel like he belonged is long in the past. I'm working in entrepreneurship. I'm in the room. And that is something that has changed how I see myself, all thanks to this competition. And so for me, when people say that Invent Oregon is the starting line, not the finish line, it's more than a cliche. It's the truth. It really is the start to the next period of your life, to being an entrepreneur, to being an inventor. Whether you pursue your project or not, this is something that's going to stick with you forever. It's definitely changed my life, and it's impacted so many people across these 10 years, and it's always fun seeing where everybody ends up. Thank you.